Let's make a cute spring flower out of felt. It's called Muscari. Felt, fold a piece of felt that's 2 inches by 5.5 inches. You're going to cut from the center of the bottom all the way up to the right hand corner at the top. This is going to make a piece of felt that grows symmetrically, smaller to larger. The folded part of the felt is going to be facing the webbing between your thumb and your index finger. And that's another view of that cutting process. Here, I'm just trimming the sides a little bit. It's not really necessary because those two sides are going to be the seam that face the inside of the flower. So you're going to use a cool shot glue, excellent scissors for fabric. They don't have to be expensive. And some of these other things. I've got scissors I use for wire. I've got my Kokuyo craft scissors. Um, the leaf piece of felt you're going to fold the same way. You're going to cut up about an inch straight up the middle, and then you're going to angle your cut toward the side. It's going to flare out, and then you're going to curve sharply toward the left top corner, and that's going to make the shape of a spade. Here, let's do that again. So again, that fold is facing toward the webbing between your thumb and your index finger, and you're going to curve sharply, and you've got another um, spade shaped piece. So the leaves and the blossom pieces. Oh, yes, we're going to need a tiny little strip of felt later on, and I'll show you what that's for. Okay, let's fold the felt lengthwise. You're going to use about an inch of cool shot hot glue at a time. Incidentally, I've got affiliate links in the description below where I show you the exact products that I'm using. Okay, so the folded side is going to go out in the flower, and the seam side is going to face toward the wire. Okay, so I was telling you about how you don't really need to cut the pieces of felt exactly. What they need to be is proportional. So you're going to try and make the shapes that I've made. And the felt that I'm using is a strip that is 2 inches by 5.5. And then the leaves are just smaller. Here I'm fringing. I'm cutting the sort of folded over part toward the seam. And the nice thing about cutting toward the seam is that if you get too close to the hot glue seam line, you'll feel it with the scissors, and that'll keep you from cutting through the whole piece of felt. So, for more tips on cutting felt, it'd be great if you watched my techniques video that's going to be coming on this playlist. I also have a materials video that you can see. All right, the next step is a little bit of a tricky move, and I think it's a good idea for you to practice. That's what I'm doing now. You're going to be wrapping that strip around the wire and also pulling at the same time. And you're going to want your line of glue to be hitting both the wire and the felt that is below it. So we're going to put on a tiny bit of glue to get us started. I'm sorry it disappeared from the view, but I'm going to do this again and you'll get a better view next time. All right, now we've got about an inch of glue to work with. We're going to twist and put more glue on. Whenever you can, please put the glue on when the felt is on a hard surface. That will keep things a bit neater. And in order to prevent strings coming from the hot glue, you can always wipe the nozzle a little bit onto the seam itself because that's not going to be seen on the outside of the flower. Okay, clip the wire about 1/4 of an inch from the top so a bit of the wire shows, and then put a line of glue on that little tiny strip, and then put the wire in the middle. You're going to fold it over the top, and then look, you've got that first initial piece. I like to trim mine a little bit into a triangular shape, and oh my gosh, that Muscari looks so cute. To make the leaf, all you have to do is put a line of glue about inch and a half onto the leaf and squeeze it on. You'll trim it. You'll kink your flower because flowers don't grow straight. And now look what we've got. We've got a great Muscari bouquet. And please like and subscribe. My next video will be on these cute rosettes. All right, let's do that wrapping one more time. You'll be able to see it a little bit better here. Incidentally, I like to put flowers a couple different colors in my bouquets. I think it makes them have more visual interest and definitely adds to the whimsy. One fun thing about the Muscari is you don't really have to measure where to put them on the wire. You want to give yourself 3 to 4 inches above where you put the felt strip on to play with. And as you can see, this Muscari is longer than the other one, and that's totally fine. They do that in nature. Um, and it's a good idea to wear eye protection, eyewear glasses when you're clipping wires. But you may have seen how I held the top above the scissors when I was clipping that wire, and that means it's not going to fly away. Okay, here's the kink on the flower and another look at how we put the leaf on. About an inch and a half line of glue down the center of the bottom. Lay the wire on the leaf, squeeze it, you're all set. Have fun making your felt flowers. Bye bye.